everybody, welcome back. My name is Mel and I am so excited because it's April and you know what that means, it's Realmathon month. I am so honored and excited to be co-hosting Realmathon for Team Bale with Becca from Becca and the Books. If you're not aware of what Realmathon is, it is a month-long readathon hosted by Covers with Cassidy where four kingdoms are battling it out to become the one with the most magic and ruler of the realm. And there's several different ways of doing this. You've got prompts where you can increase your own magic and defend your kingdom, or you've got prompts where you can decrease other people's magic, and it's just going to be a great competition. We're all going to have a great time. My team is Bale, like I said, and our genre or subgenre is fantasy romance, so I will be trying to read a lot of that this month, but I'm just so excited that it's finally here. I remember staying up way too late one night when Cassidy was finally like, hey, I have an idea, what do you think about this? And me and Cassidy and Marissa stayed up till the wee hours of the morning coming up with prompts and brainstorming things, and it was honestly one of the best times, and I'm so excited to see all of the hard work that she has done finally come to fruition. We are actually on sprints now. It is Thursday, March 31st for me, but we did start this in at midnight BST because a lot of our hosts are in the UK. So it is officially started for all of us. I'm on kickoff sprints now, but I figured I would do a little bit nicer background for the intro. I'm currently reading Savage Lands, and I hope to get a pretty decent chunk into that. So if I do, I will check in with you guys later, but I think I've been rambling long enough. I think that that's pretty much all of the housekeeping and intro things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, but I am so excited. I literally cannot wait to continue with this readathon, see what everybody reads, and heck, see Team Bale come out on top because there's no other answer, obviously. Okay, so I will check back in with you guys later. I have got to go hop back on sprints, but Team Bale or Team Fail? Okay, so I am just checking in. It is April 1st. It is Friday. And I am on sprints with Rye, Bobby, and Rachel, and we are still going. We've been going for a while now. I have not gotten as much reading done as I had hoped to. I've been doing a lot of filming and things like that. But the most important thing to note is I did get my queso. So I am happy now. That's my dinner. Anyway, really quick, I wanted to check in with you guys and let you know what I think of Savage Lands. This one it's a lot of fun. I'm having a good time, but I wouldn't say that it's 5-star material. It's a good time, and so this follows our main character, Brexley, whose parents died, and when she was born, the rift between like Fae and humans happened, and now you have a human world and you have a Fae side of the world, and they're kind of battling against one another and on the outs. And when Brexley's parents die, she is taken in by one of the rulers or like the head of the military for the human side, and is basically raised by him, but she doesn't like to play by the rules, and so she is constantly stealing things, and one day she gets caught and taken to the notorious horrible Fae prison, and here she must try to survive and fight in the games. I am liking this one. I think it's very easy to read. Brexley is a little bit annoying, but I like a lot of the little side characters and things that we're getting. I do think Warwick is going to be very interesting. A couple of different things that are bugging me is Brexley is extremely dramatic. Everything is so dramatic, and that is a little grating, but I'm hoping that it's just because she's young and immature and she's going to grow and harden, and a lot of that'll go away. Stacey Marie Brown also falls into the habit of show and not tell, or tell and not show. So for example, she would say that he had really big muscles and this exemplified physical strength. Like, of course it does. If you have really big muscles, you're probably pretty physically strong. I didn't need you to tell me that. So she will kind of over-explain things and almost treats the reader like you're a little bit stupid and you can't infer what something means based on the description. So again, that's annoying, but I think maybe it's just a little bit of new author not great, no real editing because this is an indie book. So again, I'm hoping that as we progress, a lot of that's going to get better. As of right now, I'm having a good time and I will probably continue. I'm about halfway through, so I figured I would go ahead and give you guys a check-in, and then hopefully you will see me again later tonight so that I can tell you what I thought, my final thoughts on it. Okay, so I'm back again to say that plans derailed while I was on sprints, and I had every intention, I swear I had every intention of finishing Savage Lands tonight. However, Bobby started reading some very interesting smut during sprints and somehow managed to convince both me, Cassidy, Rye, and Rachel all to pick up the Dragon's Bride by Katie Robert. This is dragon smut. Monster dragon smut. And we're kind of all into it. I'm actually about 45% of the way in, and I'm enjoying myself. That feels weird to say about dragon smut, but it's oddly good. It does have a little bit of a plot, which is nice, and I don't know. I'm kind of here for it. This is going to be a series, and one of the characters is going to be, I think, a sapphic succubus, so I am really intrigued about that one as well. I mean, this could go down, this could go badly very, very quickly, but for now, I'm having a good time, and I'm hopefully going to finish this before I go to bed tonight, which means Savage Lands is getting put on the back burner until tomorrow, but oddly having a good time. Anyway, I'll check back in with you later. Wow, I look tired this morning. So I realized as I'm editing the morning clips to last night that I never came back and told you guys what dragon smut, what I thought of it. We stayed up for like 11 hours. It was a really long time that we were on sprints, so forgive me if I'm a little bit slow this morning, but I ended up giving it like 2.5 stars. I didn't hate it. I thought the smut was really good, and I enjoyed the beginning of the story, but as all novellas, I wanted more. I wanted more world building. I wanted more time with the characters together before they just kind of jumped into a relationship. And sadly, it had a trope in it that I really, really don't like. Skip ahead if you don't want to hear what that trope is, but basically the point of the human coming into this world was the dragon wanted to take her as his bride so that he could have a baby with her, because human and dragon hybrid babies are magically stronger and able to save his realm. And she didn't want to have a baby, but then all of a sudden she decides that it might be okay. I just don't like the baby trope. I don't like it at all, to the point where it really hindered my enjoyment of the end of the book. So I am interested to see what the further novellas, because this is going to be a series of novellas. So I'm interested to see what the further novellas are like, and I probably will continue with the Kraken one, but just know that there were several tropes that I didn't like, but that was the big one. So I ended up giving this one 2.5 stars just because of the end. It's a Katie Robert book. It's a pretty good time, but it was mostly just okay for me. Okay, so I am currently making coffee. I'm on sprints with Rye, and apparently we're going to be going for a while, and it's 10 o'clock, so I figured I needed a little extra coffee to help out with that. But I want to quickly tell you guys about my final thoughts on Savage Lands. I ended up giving it a lowest 3-star that you can get, like a bare minimum 5, middle of the road. It was okay. It was entertaining, but the further we got, the more frustrated I got with the writing and the main character. Brexley is just annoying as all get out. I didn't buy her or Warwick's relationship at all, especially toward the end when they had barely had any contact throughout the entire book. And then just the inappropriate sexual context. It was like she was like, oh, I forgot this is a fantasy romance. I better throw in some sex real quick. It didn't make any sense. So for logic and writing and characters, it got a pretty low score. I didn't hate the plot, and I was intrigued enough that I wanted to pick it back up and read it, and I did enjoy it okay. So that's what saved it in the end, but it just, I don't know, it wasn't great. So I will likely continue just to see if book 2, if the writer kind of finds her her niche and her, her stride. but I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to read it on Kindle Unlimited, and if I do enjoy it, then I will purchase the second book and move on with the series. But I gotta go hop back on sprints. We are almost done, and I need to get some coffee in me, but I will check back with you guys in the morning. My next book is going to be Abaddon's Gate by S.A. Corey. That is the third book in the Expanse series. I was supposed to be reading this with Rachel and my dad, and Rachel's already finished it, and Dad's like 70% of the way through, and I haven't even started. So, slacking, need to get with it. Check in with you guys in the morning. But also, I just love these clear mugs. They are from Amazon. They're Jolt Joy, and I just love them. They're double walled, and they're just so pretty, especially when you have foam on the top. But we are also sprinting, and I only have 3 minutes left, but I just want to show you my coffee. Hello everybody. Sorry that I have not updated you in a while. It's actually Monday, and I didn't get a chance yesterday. We were super busy. We've been putting together a gazebo for my outside space, and it's a little over halfway put together, I guess. We still got a decent chunk to go, but it's getting there. I've somehow managed to kill my knee in the process. Ignore me. It's a time. But anyway, since I talked to you guys last, I've actually read a graphic novel, Low, and this is kind of like a sci-fi underwater adventure. And I guess the main plot is just that the Earth is not inhabitable anymore, and so they have had to create a world kind of underground, or under the sea, but slowly they're starting to lose oxygen, and eventually it's going to get to where they can't live there anymore either. And when the main characters, the family, decides to kind of go off-world, they get intercepted, and her daughters are taken, and the story kind of goes from there. I enjoyed the art style of it pretty well, but I'm just not an art style driven reader, and so I just don't think I can appreciate graphic novels the way that a lot of people can. I ended up giving it about 2 stars. I found the story very unoriginal, and it just didn't do a whole lot for me. I wasn't overly interested in the characters. The art style wasn't enough to keep me involved. It just felt overly dramatic, and a lot of things felt very unnecessary, so it just wasn't for me. I know that this one gets a lot of good reviews though, so if you do like graphic novels, and you especially like science fiction graphic novels, I would definitely give that one a go. But otherwise, I'm still chugging along through Abaddon's Gate, and I'm enjoying it. I always love James S.A. Corey's writing style, that duo in the Expanse world. This is book 3, but I'm not loving it quite as much as I did Caliban's War. I think we keep one set or one perspective the same, but every book has kind of changed the side characters around a little bit, and I'm missing the perspectives and the side characters from book 2 a lot. I don't like these new ones quite as much, and so I think that's hindering my enjoyment a little bit, but I'm still having a good time. I'm very interested to see out about halfway through where we're going to continue, because something big has just happened that was very, very intriguing. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But for now, I am going to just sit out here for a little while, enjoy the fresh air and the birds, and I will check back in with you guys in a bit. Okay, everybody, so I am currently on late night cruise sprints with Riot and Cassidy and Rachel, and it is the officially unofficial book club sprints, and we are reading the Bromance book club. Cassidy and Rachel are not romance readers at all, especially not contemporary romance readers, and they're not having a good time right now, and it's actually really funny. I'm about 60 pages in, and I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it either. I think that this is actually one that's facilitating some pretty cool discussion, and I like all the engagement that we're getting. In case you weren't aware, this is about a guy named Gavin who is a Major League Baseball player, and he is having a lot of issues with his marriage, and his wife Thea has basically been faking orgasms for their entire marriage. So his baseball buddies decide to help him out and introduce him to the Bromance book club, where they read romance to try to learn how to please and seduce their wives back, or their girlfriends, or whatever. And I like the idea and the concept, and I think this does a really good job of portraying like how a lot of dudes talk to each other. Don't talk the way that a lot of romance books portray guys to talk. So I do appreciate that this is a little more realistic there, but I'm going to keep going. We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully it'll start to pick up for me and there will be some good development, but I'm just not sure that the second chance romance trope is really something that I love, but we're going to keep reading and find out. Okay. So I forgot to update you all last night once I finished the Bromance book club, but I did finish it on sprints last night and I ended up giving it a low 3-star. I enjoyed it well enough, but this is not one of my like top romance books. It's not one that I would recommend to readers that don't read a lot of romance. It's a cute contemporary story, but it's just not, there are a lot of things about it that I didn't love. So starting off with the things that I did like. I think that the author actually does a better job portraying her male characters than she does her female character, which seems really strange to me, but the guy interactions in this are so spot on for like a jock macho man that it's hilarious. There is a turkey scene that had me cackling and it's just so true. It reminds me of David when he and all of his friends get together. But with that being said, the female characters in this book were, for me, sorely lacking. Thea is whiny. She doesn't want to communicate. She just wants to blame other people for her own problems and her own, like, insecurities about herself, which I don't like. I felt actually sorry for Gavin because he just was oblivious the whole time. And while he did need to try to talk to his wife and understand what she was going through, also men just aren't that perceptive as a general rule of thumb, at least in my experience. I know there are some perceptive men out there, but in my experience, you kind of have to help them along a little bit. You got to tell them what the problem is. So I didn't love that about her. And then her sister, I just kind of wanted to throat punch. She was a complete and total bitch, for lack of a better way to put it. So I don't know if I'll be continuing in this series. I am still trying to decide whether or not I want to continue because I did enjoy it well enough, but I had a lot of problems with it too. So I don't know. We'll see. Rachel and Cassidy ended up, I think Rachel gave it a 1.5 and Cassidy gave it a 2-star, which we expected. They both did like the turkey scene though. So if you want to kind of hear our thoughts and see us rant about it on a live stream without spoilers, check out Rye's sprints from a couple of nights ago. But that's it for Bromance Book Club. And then I am also reading Abaddon's Gate by S.A. Corey. I'm still chugging along through this slowly but surely, but I should finish it tonight. I only have about 100 pages left. And while I am enjoying this one, like I have all of the rest, I'm getting frustrated by the constant POV changes. And what I mean by that is not that it's multi-perspective. I don't mind a multi-perspective book and I actually really enjoy it. But once I get invested in a set of characters, I don't like that the characters between each book are changing. So we have James Holden from the beginning, and he is like the only consistent point of view that I can find for these books. And then the side characters' point of views are changing each book. And I kind of see why he's doing that and what he's trying to accomplish, but all it is succeeding in doing is getting me attached to a character and then ripping them out from under me, and I don't get to see them again for a whole book or two. And that's a little bit frustrating. Like I said, I'm still enjoying these. I like the writing style. They're high action. The new characters are interesting. I just want my Caliban War characters back, and I don't understand why they had to go away. Anyway, I am going to finish this off tonight and hopefully it will end up, I think it's going to sit at about a 4-star read. But once I finish, I'll come back and let you guys know my final thoughts, if anything major changed, and we will pick out the next book. So we haven't done a car update in a little while, so I figured I would do this really quick, but I am channeling my inner Rye today. I've gone to Starbucks and gotten me a strawberry refresher because it is Rye's birthday. So happy birthday, Rye. I hope you're having a great day. I am still listening to the Zodiac Academy. I'm almost finished with it, so in a little bit I will check back in with you guys on what my thoughts were for it. It'll probably be my last book before Peace Talks, and then we will start a new vlog for that. So I will see you guys in a bit. So I'm home. I got off half day today and just enjoying the dreary weather that is this Friday afternoon, but I have finished Zodiac Academy by Sarah Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. This is the first in the Zodiac Academy series, and I have not run it through CallPal yet, but I think it's probably going to be a 2.5-star read. I had a good time with this. What I keep telling everybody is it's like candy that rots your teeth but still tastes good, so you're going to eat it anyway. It's not even a hamburger bad for you. We're talking full teeth rot. But I had a good enough time with it that I do think I'm going to continue the series, especially since I've heard after you get past book 2, the series really actually gets better and gets good. So I'm hopeful that if I had a decent time with the first book that's terrible, that I will continue to have a great time once they get really good. So I am going to continue this series. I think really the main problems that I had with this were the writing is just not spectacular. The number of times that babe is said in Darcy's chapters really just, it just grated on my nerves. And I just feel like there wasn't a whole lot of substance to this. There was a lot of bullying, and it is a bully romance, so I knew that going in, and I was fine with that. But it became to the point where the bullying was the entire plot and nothing else happened. There was no, there was nothing to drive the story forward. It was just, they would do something and then somebody would bully them and then they would cry about it. And then somebody would bully them and then they would whine about it. And then somebody would bully them and then they would be mad about it. And it just, nothing happened. I also kept waiting on, especially Darcy, to grow a backbone and to try to fight back. I mean, they're just letting these people bully them and they don't seem like they, other than crying about it, they don't do anything about it. Neither one of them are making active steps to try to get stronger. Neither one of them are making active steps to protect their minds so they can't be coerced. They're not doing anything but just letting these people bulldoze all over them. And that's frustrating to read about because I think the only reason is so that it could be an entire book of bullying. There is very limited romance in here. The fact that they're even attracted to these guys, I mean, yes, maybe they're hot, but it's not even a hot, I am a bully because I'm snarky and I want nothing to do with you kind of hot. It's a, you're just kind of a terrible person and I don't really understand the attraction. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. This was okay. It was not great, but I probably will continue the series. That was my last book before Peace Talk starts tonight, and I will be ending this vlog here because I will be picking it up again once Peace Talk starts. And if you're not aware, Peace Talks is just a weekend, a 48-hour weekend readathon where every book that you read gives you plus 10 points towards your team. So you can still attack or deplete other realms, but you're going to automatically get 10 points towards your own magic for every single book that you read. So I think the maximum points for this weekend is like plus 46 or minus 36 plus 10. So I'm excited. I've got a huge list of books that I want to read that I will go over with you guys in the next vlog. I feel like this vlog has not been overly entertaining, and I'm sorry for that. It's been kind of a boring week. But next time I'm going to try to tell you like where my points went and how much points I was able to defend with or attack with. So maybe that'll make it a little bit more interesting. And I'm actually off on Monday and Tuesday of next week, and I'm going to go be seeing my dad for his birthday. So hopefully there will be a few more interesting things going on next week. But thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Let me know down in the comments what you have read for the first week of Realmathon, and were you able to rack up some pretty good points? And if you like this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!